Hello everyone, I'm Leon Thomas Lewick. Here's your political news roundup for Thursday, April 8th. The words from former Citigroup CEO Charles Prince today were, "I'm sorry, deeply sorry." That opened his testimony to a congressional committee looking into the financial crisis. Price and fellow Citigroup leader Robert Rubin said they realized too late that Citi was holding more than $40 billion in high-risk mortgage debt on its books. Prince resigned from Citi once that subprime debt was uncovered. Citi wound up getting a $45 billion federal bailout to remain solvent. It's being called historical and the biggest nuclear arms agreement in a generation. President Obama and Russian President Dmitry Medvedev met in Prague today to sign a nuclear arms treaty that's been about a year in the making. It would reduce each country's nuclear arsenal by about a third. It would still leave the countries enough weapons to destroy each other several times over, but it's considered a major practical and symbolic move nonetheless. The treaty still requires ratification by the U.S. Senate. Treasury Secretary Geithner stopped in China today for a brief visit with that nation's vice premier. The New York Times reported today that China was preparing to announce a change in policy that would allow its currency to strengthen. Critics have claimed that China has been artificially holding down the value of its currency to make its exports more competitive and thus hurt sales from manufacturers in the U.S. and elsewhere. Kyrgyzstan President Bakiyev insists he will not resign. That word comes as gunfire, fighting, and looting were going on in that country's capital city. The protesters want a new government claiming Bakiyev's is corrupt. The White House issued a statement today saying it's not clear who's running Kyrgyzstan at the moment, but that the opposition is apparently not tied to Russian involvement. And back home, a San Francisco man is under arrest charged with making threats to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. The FBI is saying very little about specifics. There were reports the threats involved Pelosi's role in getting health reform legislation approved. An FBI spokeswoman said only that the agency takes threats against elected officials very seriously. That's your political roundup for Thursday, April 8th. I'm Leon Thomas Lewick. Stay logged on to rttnews.com for more on these and other political and financial news stories throughout the day.